So let's go back in time a little bit. We know that today we have the Thanksgiving holiday, we have the Christmas holiday, we have several holidays during the year, and as we add new holidays, there's often a politicization of those holidays. We see that all the time. Should we add this holiday? Should we add this holiday? Well, the same thing held true for Thanksgiving. In fact, if you understand the origins of American Thanksgiving, then you know that the first Thanksgiving was actually held in Virginia in 1619 at Barclay Hundred. Now, that was supposed to be an annual event, but unfortunately, all the people that participated in that event were eventually killed by Indians. So that holiday didn't last. But we also know the pilgrims showed up in 1620, and by the following year had a Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving that Americans think about when we celebrate Thanksgiving in November every year. Now, there's a reason for that. The Pilgrims did a very good job, or I should say the New England Yankees did a very good job with marketing this particular holiday, and there was a reason for that. Puritans who settled in New England did not celebrate Christmas. They didn't think it was a holiday worth remembering. I mean, they would go to church, of course, but they didn't celebrate it the way that we celebrate it today. In fact, Southerners generally celebrated Christmas. There's a very good Christmas story. William Gilmore Simms' A Golden Christmas. It talks about Christmas in Charleston. And for decades, in fact, over 100 years, Southerners regarded this Thanksgiving holiday that we celebrate in November as a purely Yankee Northern holiday and refused to celebrate it for several years because they thought it was being politicized. That's an important thing to get. And I'm going to talk about a couple of quotes from this book, from these chapters, because they're very, very interesting in terms of how we think about, how we conceptualize Thanksgiving. Now, a lot of people were confused as to why the Abbeville Institute ran these two pieces. Don't you know that Thanksgiving was created in the South, whether it was Virginia or Florida? Don't you know that the South celebrated the first Thanksgiving? Of course. But it's important to understand the history of the particular holiday we celebrate today, which is based on this New England conception of Thanksgiving. Again, it was created as a counterweight to Christmas. In fact, in the first couple of paragraphs on the article entitled "The Yankee Origins